Hello, Vol Nation. Welcome to another episode of Believe in Tennessee Football. I'm your host, as always, Kyler Curberson, joined with Reed Bacon. This is a quick one for you. The only thing we're talking about, Gabe Judey, coming from BYU, breaking down his film, letting y'all know what we saw out of him and what we think he can bring to the table for this team, how he's going to fit into this defense. So you guys, a little quick video. We're going to start doing a little bit more of this kind of stuff too. We want to try and get the quick stuff for you guys. See if you enjoy that instead of the long form. But we're still going to do the long form, so don't worry. But yeah, let's jump into it.
Tie the game. Snap. The kick is in the air, and the kick this time is no, sir-ree. No, sir-ree. Final score, Tennessee 20, Florida 17. Pandemonium reigns.
Loads up, fires long for the end zone. The pass is going to be caught by Tennessee. Tennessee wins! Caught by Tennessee to one Jennings. Jennings makes the catch in the end zone on the Hail Mary.
Down at the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. What did he do? All he did was score. Joey Pence, touchdown on play number 1.
All right, so before we jump into the podcast, got to shout out our number one sponsor, betonline.ag. It is the place to go for betting. It is your number one source for betting. They have all the odds, all the team totals, all the parlays that you could ever want, and they cover every sport. You got NFL, you got NBA, you got tennis, you got golf, you got baseball, you got everything you could think of. It is the place to go if you're going to bet on anything and make anything exciting. So for first-time signups, go over to betonline.ag, and for a 50% welcome bonus, use promo code BELIEVE. BLEAV at checkout and receive that 50% welcome bonus. Bet online, where the game starts. All right, welcome in, everybody. A great, quick, fun little podcast for you guys. Just going over a new transfer portal guy that we just got. But first, Reed, how are we doing, bud?
I'm doing well. It's been a fantastic day. This is one of the new things that we're going to be trying in 2023 is some of these small, quick clips.
That's right.
If it's a recruit that we just got, if it's a transfer portal guy, we're going to watch film. We're going to talk just about them. So you guys don't have to listen to a bunch of nonsense if you just want to go straight to. And Kyler's done a great job of putting in thumbnails in the other ones.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes the golf talk can get a little too much, a little distracting. But this would be a perfect little 10, 15 minute. You're going to the shitter during work. You need something to watch. Like, this will be perfect for that.
We might not even go 10. This might be 8. This might be 5.
That's a quick shit.
You sitting so long, your legs are going numb, bro?
Dude, I like to enjoy it. I'm not going to lie.
I know.
It definitely does feel like an escape.
Yeah.
In some instances,
Yeah.
It's like, all right, no one's bothering me right now.
It's an escape, but honestly, I rate mine when I leave, not just on the escape ability, but mine's a good break and a good break if it's a good bowel movement. If it's not a good bowel movement, I'm a little frustrated. It's like, all right, I need a little bit more coffee.
And then you're like, God, now I got to come back later.
Yeah, I need add some more fiber powder in there. Maybe go get a Fiber One bar. Because when you go, I love to get Phil just so cleaned out.
That's true.
All right. So
I think we'd start that way, but
I didn't either. Yeah. Here we are. All right. So we got a new defensive back today. I think
Judey Lally.
Excuse me?
I said Judey Lally. I know it's Judey Lally or whatever.
Yeah, it's Gabe Judey. And they kind of pronounce it
Allie?
Allie. I mean, the guy that was saying it on the film we watched was Judey Allie.
All it makes me think of is Robin Hood. And then a little song like the old Disney Robin Hood. Ooda lolly, ooda lolly, ooda lolly. Like that's what
Yeah. So we wanted to jump on. We watched film. This is the first time we ever actually watched the film together, but I said, Kyler, don't talk. So that you save your stuff, I save my stuff for the pods. Because I don't want what he says influencing me and vice versa. So we got Gabe. He's been around the block, so he's a little bit older. I mean, he
already transferred.
Yeah, he had been to Vandy. Then he went to BYU for a year. And now he's going to be going to University of Tennessee. So the real quick stuff, 6'2", 185. You can see that he has pretty good size and good length when you're watching him on film.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's a Texas kid. He's from Austin, Texas. I personally love that he's from Texas because that means he came from some good loins, meaning like good high school ball.
That's true.
Now, that doesn't matter as much because he's been in college ball for a while now.
Yeah, and when you're coming from Texas and you end up at Vandy, it's kind of like,
what's going on here?
Yeah, what were you doing in Texas?
Why were you not at A&M, Texas?
Yeah, I mean, at least Texas Tech, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's better than Vandy.
Or UTSA.
Yeah.
UTSA's ballers. We got to play them next year. All right, so here's, I'm going to say what I saw on film. Then we'll let Kyler say, well, no. I'll
just going to go back and.
No, I'll go ahead and give just some stats so if you guys can go back and look. So at BYU, he played in all 13 games. He started in 10, recorded 47 tackles, 31 solo, a half sack, 7 pass breakups. That's fine. That's okay. If you go back and look at his individual stats, it was pretty underwhelming. It was like maybe 2 or 3 tackles here.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 tackles at most. He had like one game that the most he had was 3 pass breakups, but it was against it was a Utah Tech. Remember I said?
Yeah.
So it was a smaller school. And then you go back to his before BYU, so his Vanderbilt career. It's kind of funny. His first interception was against
us.
It was against Tennessee in 2020 in COVID year.
Yeah.
And that play looked fine. I mean, he looked like he might have been in a cover 4, maybe.
Yeah, he wasn't on the guy.
No,
he came off his zone and got it.
Yeah, and it was a nice pick. I mean, he was reading the eyes. I think it was JT Strout at the time, and so he, read his eyes, jumped in front of it, made a nice pick. That's a good pick for a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
For a sophomore. But yeah, I mean, as a sophomore, 13 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception, 1 pass breakup. That's not bad for a true sophomore. Then as a junior in the SEC, 50 tackles, 35 solo, 1 interception, 1 pass breakup. He had a season high 10 tackles against Mississippi State. And that was in 21. You would think, 10 tackles is pretty good, but then you're like, well, did he get 10 balls completed on him and he's got to make the tackles?
That's true.
So that was one game. That was one game we did not watch. We watched more recently, and so we watched 3 games while he was at BYU. What I saw on just the TV copy, because we don't have the all 22, whatever, I thought that he moved pretty well. I thought he was pretty fluid. I thought he did have some pretty good coverage. I thought if someone opened up, he opened up well. I thought he looked pretty good. Wasn't anything special, and it wasn't bad. There was a couple times, one that he came up, he shot his gun when he saw it was a run play, engaged in the blocker, and it looked bad on film. It looks like he gets blasted. Now, me playing DB understands that he shot his gun well. He goes up and he's trying to engage the blocker, but he's more worried about making the tackle.
Yeah.
And so what happens is you don't go up, get a good hit on the, it was like he wanted to do 2 things at once. Instead of going up and just going straight for the tackle, or going.
It's not like a full shooting. It's like 80%.
Right. And so what it was like he runs up and he doesn't know whether he just wants to not worry about the blocker and go straight for the tackle, or does he want to engage and then disengage? So if you're a corner, you come up, pop, hit the hands, and then shed him and then make the tackle. But what happens is he gets caught in between.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting blocked while trying to make a tackle, and it looks like he just basically gets trucked.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff where I saw him, there wasn't anything really else that we saw, like that was open field where he's making a one-on-one tackle.
Yeah, there just wasn't a lot on there.
Some of the ones that I saw where he looked like he was better in coverage than maybe he would be in run support or making a tackle downfield.
That's literally one of the things that I wrote down is I think he had like good fluid hips, was able to cover. I thought it was like he had okay speed, like nothing was drastic, which kind of goes in line with what you were saying. Like it was fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. And then I think it's also like BYU's defense where like he's playing deep third a lot, or like he might have some one-on-one coverage, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of aggression from corners in the BYU defense, not like Tim Banks does. We did see him come on a blitz once, and he got the sack versus Stanford. So he can come on those blitzes, which Tim Banks loves to do. But I think like what's going to have to grow in his game on this team, how he's going to fit, is he has to be more aggressive on runs, on those sweeps, on any bubbles. He has to be, because that's how our corners are, very, very aggressive.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Unless you are a top level corner, coming out, whether in the past years you're Sauce Gardner, you're Derek Stingley Jr. from LSU, unless you can literally just take a side of the field away, then you have to be good at all, and the reason I say that is because like if you're just that great at coverage, then you can get away with maybe being soft a little bit and not as great in run pass, because a coach is going to be like, damn it, I wish he was a little bit more physical, a little bit more, but I don't have to worry about him. He takes away a whole side of the field, or he can take away their number one.
Yeah.
So now one thing I want to hit on when you're talking about his speed, I thought his speed was fine because he is 6'2". He's longer, so it might not look like he is as fast as we're regular seeing when you see a guy who's 5'9", 5'10", maybe 6 foot.
Corner, yeah.
So, and I thought he used that length and size pretty well. We did see one where it looked like he was in cover 2, and it was a good play by the quarterback to fit it in the hole. Which that just means if you're a corner, you want to get a press, then get your eyes back to the quarterback while still getting your depth. And then
know that you have help over top.
And you'll see it all the time. And with good quarterbacks, is they know how to find that window. Like if they know it's cover 2 right when the guy gets around the corner just a little bit, they're going to throw it real quick on a line to get there before the safety gets there. But yeah, like I said, I thought he was fine. I'm always fine with taking guys at a position of need to see if they can help. I'm not as excited about him as I was about Wesley Walker. I remember going back and watching last year, and
even Kamal too.
Well, I didn't really watch Kamal when he committed, but I watched a lot of Wesley because Wesley had a lot of film coming from Georgia Tech, and I don't even know if it was we talked about him on film on the pod,
I'm sure,
or if I was just watching him just to watch him. But he had a lot of really good quality plays.
Yeah,
so I was very excited about him. But to wrap it up, he's been around the block. He's played a lot. He's going to have an opportunity to come here and help. But the last thing I will say is I will not be surprised if he plays, and I will not be surprised if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Because of who else that we already have.
Who else we have? He's got plenty of experience. He understands things.
Let me clarify myself real quick. He's going to play because a lot of these guys play. Yeah. I meant like I should have said I'll be surprised if he's like one of the better ones, and then maybe I won't be like.
Yeah. Plus, also like this past year, you looked at it and guys got hurt. Someone's got to step in,
right?
Like
and that's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, like you never know who's going to get hurt, and then also like the DB room. Like I don't know if people understand this, but you have to have a ton of DB. Like that. The defensive back room travels the most people of any position group because every guy that doesn't start is a starter on special teams. Mm-hmm. They're the ones running down on kickoff. They're on kick return.
Punt.
They're on punt. They're on punt return. They're on field goal block. Like they're the ones on all the special teams. They're the ones making plays on special teams. If you are not a starter, you're on special teams. So he can easily be on special team. I guarantee that. But to get into a starting role, to possibly like get in that rotation, because Tim Banks isn't held to one guy. Mm-mm. He doesn't just say, "Hey, you have that side the entire game." He'll rotate. He'll switch guys in and out. So I like it. I mean, heck, if Tim is excited about his coverage skills, maybe putting him at a star position. If a team has like a tight end that they use a lot in the slot and they use a bigger guy instead of a scat guy, then maybe we put him at 6'2", bigger frame, can cover a little bit better than our linebackers. Maybe that's a position for him. So he's going to find a spot. And I think that's, because of his size and his skill set. Like his size helps him. Like you don't see 6'2" corners a lot. Like they're very rare.
I agree. I think his size is an advantage. He's played a lot of ball, which is a good advantage. Like I said, he's played in the SEC before. To clarify, like I will not be surprised if he's a starter day one, and I will not be surprised if he's not.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think he'll play because of the amount of people that we rotate and see. And you still have Kamal there. You still have Christian Charles. You still have I don't know if I guess Warren Burrell maybe has
maybe I haven't seen anything like.
And then you have Danico. Like, where's Danico going to play next year? I mean, he did it all.
I want him at corner, honestly.
He played. I thought he played really well at corner. You still have Buchanan. I mean, what's going to happen with Brandon Turnage coming off an injury? So, and then you got Jordan Matthews, you got Ricky, you got Christian. So, I mean, there's a lot of
guys.
Yeah, so there's a lot of influence. But like I said, being older and that size helps him.
Yeah.
I think
great addition.
Calm down. I think it's a fine addition, but we weren't blown away by his film.
Yeah,
it was fine.
Away.
It was fine.
Yeah,
it's
fine.
It was 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure Keenan had a little bit to do with it too. Talking to him was like, hey, it's pretty cool down here. Like
probably.
Yeah. Like, come on. All right.
Hope you enjoyed your bathroom break.
Yeah. I hope you liked that. Appreciate you guys. If you're watching, like, subscribe, comment, listening, download, re-download, rate 5 stars. Check out the merch. Follow us on social. Everything's linked below. Y'all are the best. As always, love all.